Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey, good morning. Happy Monday, November the 11th, it's Veterans Day. I am Crystal Taylor, the owner of Fitness is Not a Game, and I am here with your Monday message. The goal of our Monday messages is to start the week with positivity and intention. So I pull out my deck of cards and I literally shuffle because they're real cards, right? Well, the size of real cards. And I see what message the ancestors have for us today. So if you're here with me now, say, hey, you're catching this on replay, do me a favor and type replay in the chat. And I'm just shuffling because this whole deck is about mindset. And I created this deck because I know that for a lot of people, it's really just about putting things in the right perspective. So this deck is to help because sometimes we struggle with that. Sometimes we feel like we lost, and I don't believe in losing, but like we learn. Oh, that card fell out. So that's the card that wants us to talk about it. What does this card say? Huh? If I step on your toes, sorry, not sorry. It says if you're going to quit anything, quit being lazy, quit making excuses, and quit waiting for the right time. I ain't make that up. That's what it has said. You see that? Look, who needed to hear this? And this is so good because too often we quit when things get tough. We quit when we realize we have to work, right? And I'm like, this is the thing. You started because you want to get there. You started because you have an idea of what you want. Quitting does not get you any closer. It actually pulls you further than where you already were. So while it may take a little more effort, a little more focus, you're not going to get there any faster by quitting. Quitting isn't a bad thing unless you're quitting on your goals. So instead of doing that, stop being lazy, get off your tail. That's why we make up so many excuses on why we can't do the things that we know we should do. When it's really not that hard. It's really not. Quit making excuses. I keep saying reasons turn into excuses. It's one thing to evaluate what the reason is in the beginning, to say, oh, this is why I'm struggling with whatever the case may be. But once you figure out what that why is, now it's up to you. The onus is on you to figure out how you can adapt so you can still get what you're looking for. Because when you just let that reason sit too long, it turns into an excuse. Let me know if you're picking up and I'm putting down. All right. And then quit waiting for the right time. As they say, the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today. It's never going to be perfect. Never, ever, ever. Let me just say this, never, ever going to be the right time. And I'll tell you this, I will even venture into saying starting when it's the wrong time is the best time because it challenges you. It forces you to be creative. And that may be the better answer for you then. So that when things become right, you've already done this thing during the hard times. So now when the easy times come along, you smooth sailing. You are smooth sailing. So stop waiting for the doggone right time. The right time is what you make it to be. Just like people say, we're coming up to the end of the year, the new year, new me, want to wait for January 1, Your new year is whenever you decide that new year is. You could have woken up today and say, you know what, I'm making changes right now. This is your new year. Happy birthday. You can decide on Thursday. It doesn't have to be a Monday. It doesn't have to be the first. You can, whenever you decide that it's your new day, it's your new year, that's when you start. Because there is no right time. One of the best analogies I ever heard, right? We hear the done is better than perfect and all that good stuff. And you do know that trying to make it right, that's another excuse, right? Like, I'm waiting for the right time. You procrastinating, and that's an excuse. Just saying. Just putting it out there. But there was an analogy about waiting for things to be perfect. And if you let me take it back. Not you. I want to know in the chat if you're an Apple user. If you have Apple phones. I don't. Team Android all day. But for my people who love Apple products, as much as you love Apple products, you will have never had that product should they waited until it was perfect. The iPhone is on what number right now? 16, 94, whatever. That means there's 16 iterations of this one phone. They got it out there and started it and said, maybe this is not everything that it could be, but let's get started now. And we'll change as we learn, as we get better, as we listen to our users to say, they want this. How can we do that? It's the same thing with your life. Get started. Because unless you get started, you don't know what modifications you need to make. Right now, you're just making assumptions. And you know what they say about assumptions. All right? So stop waiting on the right time. So again, this card says, if you're going to quit anything, quit being lazy, quit making excuses, and quit waiting for the right time. If you needed to hear that, type a 100 in the chat, because it don't get no realer than that. It don't get no realer than that. And I've always told y'all, if y'all hear that language, you know I mean it. Because we are too lazy sometimes. Oh, I don't want to. And that laziness transfers into us making excuses about why we can't. Right? And then we sit there and say, well, once this happens, then I'll be able to. There's no such thing as the right time. Right time is when you decide it is. All right? So that's the Monday message for today. That was a good one. I am Crystal Taylor, the owner of Fitness is Not a Game, and the creator of these Monday Messages cards. And even though it is Monday, you can pull these cards on any day of the week. Whenever you are stuck in a mindset rut, if you feel like you're in a woe is me moment, make sure you pull your cards out. Flip a card and find the positivity in all the things, because you don't lose. You either win or you learn. And if you need to get your deck, the link to get your deck is below. But yeah, this was good. So I'm Crystal Taylor. I'm out of here for Monday, November the 11th. And I will see you again next Monday. Have a good one. Have a great week. And for my vets, thank you for your service as well. And go get your stuff. I'm out. Bye, y'all.